This deck is great at any level and any arena, which makes it one of my favorite and best decks. Let's get into it.
Yeah!
Alright, so to start it off, what have we got in the deck? We've got archers, bombers, poison spell, the giant, goblins, spear goblins, the Tesla, and the minion horde. Now most of these troops are common cards, except for the poison spell and the giant. I don't know many people who don't have the giant, so having to replace that card shouldn't be a problem. But for the poison spell, I know a few people won't have that yet. A good replacement is either the arrows, which is probably the best option, or the fireball. Either or would work great. But anyways, let's get into some replays and I'll show you guys how to use each card and this deck efficiently as possible. Alright, so taking a look at the battle log, there's tons more victories than losses, and most of the losses are honestly either because I lost connection or was attacking on shitty Wi-Fi, or just got sidetracked and forgot to battle. But anyways, as you can see, lots of wins, few losses, and then some ties. This deck is a more defensively minded deck, so generally the difference in the battle is quite low. It's either a difference of 1 or it's a tie at 0 or any low scoring like that. It's usually not like a 3-0 victory unless someone loses connection or something like that, but they are quite low scores because the deck is designed to counter each one of the opponent's attacks, and so usually they can't get many hits on your crown towers, but also in return you don't get any like massive attacks on their crown towers. You get small bits at a time, which usually ends up letting you take out 1 or 2 of their crown towers while having none of yours even touch. Alright, so anyways, taking a look at this first replay, I do have it sped up about twice the speed, just so we can fly by a whole bunch of replays, because these games generally either go into overtime because the deck is very defensive minded. But anyways, if you want to see those replays completely at the regular speed and then plus extras, I have a whole bunch of replays that I can't fit into one video, otherwise it'd be extremely long and you guys wouldn't want to watch that. Or unless you do, I will have that posted later in the day, and you guys could watch those if you want and learn some more things that maybe you didn't see in some of these replays. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump on into these replays, and I'll explain what's going on and what's going on in my head and what I'm doing with each card. Alright, so usually I don't like to keep my elixir bar full at anywhere past 10, so usually I just waste 1 troop. Generally the spear goblins or the goblins just like to get a few free hits on their crown tower. But other than that, I like to sit and wait and counter their attacks. Or when I get a chance, when my troops, after my defensive troops take out those attacking troops, they start moving forward, then I add a few more troops in to get a few extra hits on their crown tower. There you can see in that replay, I barely missed the 3 crown victory. But anyways, jumping into this next replay, starting it off, if ever I have the Tesla, I like to place it right in the middle at the beginning. Here it was unexpected, but the guy had a mortar, so I placed my giant and then my other troops to take that out as soon as possible. But usually I like to start with that Tesla in the middle there. It's really great for drawing the troops off or into the middle and being shot at from both archer towers, as you saw there. They used the hog, it took it to the middle, got destroyed in no time, and then the Tesla still has about half its health left. So, as I was saying, a lot of this deck is just countering every single one of their troops. But there's also another way you can play it, and that's just using the giant, whatever other troop combo. It's really simple. All it is just basically putting a giant out front, then following up with any troops behind it. I like to use, my favorite combo is either the bomber and then the archer, or the minion horde, or something like that. Basically any troops that do a lot more damage and don't have a ton of hit points. That's the best way to do it. It's very difficult to counter. Usually small troops don't work, especially against the bomber, because it'll just take that out extremely quickly. One of the comebacks or the counters to that is generally fireball or something like barbarians or something like that. But even that sometimes doesn't work. So anyways, a fairly easy 1 crown win. And then jumping on into this next replay, I don't have my favorite spear goblins or my Tesla to start it off. That's usually how I like to waste my first bit of elixir before I can see what they're doing. But anyway, so I just start off with a giant combo. As the wizard locks onto my giant, I'm able to get my other 2 troops attacking that wizard. So because I didn't really know what they were doing, that's a pretty good start. They didn't get any hits on my tower, I didn't get any hits on theirs. And then I get my Tesla out in the middle to distract whatever troops come at it. So I see the giant skeleton coming, so I just start dropping some troops to try and counter that. And then I drop the giant to push it back farther into his side of the arena so that his bomb does not explode anywhere near my crown tower. And I don't know what I was thinking, either I may have messed up or something, but I dropped my minion horde right on top of that wizard, so it quickly took care of that. And then it turns out he had a balloon, so he dropped that and then froze my archer tower and quickly and super easily took that out. It's a big mistake on my part. But so anyways, I'm trying one of those combos with the giant and the minion horde. It worked out great. He used the fireball to take the minion horde out, so I just came back at him with a whole bunch of goblins and other small troops. So then he had nothing else to counter or take those troops out with, other than putting some troops right behind the giant, in which case he either didn't have enough points to do, or just, I don't know, for whatever reason did not. So I dropped a whole bunch of other small troops because knowing he didn't really have much to counter with. So I got a whole bunch of hits, took it down to about a third of its health left. Then I dropped my giant and then a whole bunch of other combos, other small troops to try and damage that crown tower. And looks like my giant just caught it all by itself. So that was great. So we're going to start off with the Tesla again, and then I see his Inferno. I'm usually not too worried about Infernos because most of my troops are quite small and quite numerous. So I do that, and then he uses the Goblin Barrel and tries to freeze it, but I have a whole bunch of troops to counter that, so it's no problem at all. I dropped both my Goblins to just try and get a few free hits on this tower, but he countered that with the Tesla, but I was able to destroy that, so bit of a trade-off, I guess. So I'm going to drop my giant way back in the back of the map, so as he progresses forward, I can get a bigger army of troops off behind him. But then he drops the Inferno, so I have to use my minion horde to try and distract that so it does not lock on to my giant. A really good combo by him there. He got my crown tower down to about like half health there. Can't quite see. Anyway, so I'm going to try the combo again with the giant and other troops, but he's able to counter everything I did there. He used the Inferno to take out the giant, and then the arrows to take out the minion horde. At this point, it's not looking super great for me, so I'm going to try pushing the other side. But, however, he counters me again with the same stuff. And then he uses the fireball to take it out. A tough loss, but well played by him. Anyways, this is some replays from my mini account. So I'm just showing that this can work in like any arena, any level. It just works out great. So basically the same strategy. And usually with this strategy and with my mini account, I go up against a lot of higher level players than me. And it works great. Usually when you're up against higher level people, either you have to sit back and wait for them to make mistakes and then just counter everything, or you've got to be extremely aggressive. In this case, I'm not sure what I did. I tried to counter everything he did and all that, and then just do whatever, but it seemed to work, so. And also, something that you should never be afraid to do is let their troops lock onto your crown tower and then drop the troops. Like, for example, if he has wizard coming down at your tower, and say it followed behind a giant or whatever, it's fine to let him like take a few hits on your crown tower just so that he won't lock onto your goblins or whatever your counter troop is. So while he's busy shooting the crown tower, you can drop like a set of goblins right on top of him, and the wizard will completely ignore him. It's a great way to counter rather than just having him take one shot right at your goblins and then still taking on the crown tower and having you nothing to do about it. So here, just holding on for dear life there, I was able to pull it out. Looks like he got a little mad, but that's the way she goes. Anyway, so starting this one off, I go with a bit of the giant combo followed by the archers and then the goblin. I like to use the archers so I can counter any air troops that come after it, and I use the goblins for all the damage. A really great first combo. I got a whole bunch of damage on that first tower, and then I eventually destroyed it. And obviously I'm going to push for the 3 crown victory here, because I was going for my crown chest like I usually am, so sometimes I play a little too aggressive like that. I accidentally dropped my goblins right on top of that Valkyrie. I think they got destroyed before they even spawned, and because of that I had no troops left to counter that prince, so bit of a shame, but oh well. Anyway, so just saving up for my next combo, and then just defending anything that he can throw at me for now. So I used the giant, and then he seemed to do his combo at the exact same time, so I was kind of flustering over what to do in that scenario. So he played it well, and he got a few more hits on my my tower. Then using the Tesla to pull the prince and other troops off to the middle to avoid that crown tower. Now the 3 crown victory is a bit out of the question now, so I'm just defending, trying to hold on to that tower. It's usually not too hard to do because I have a whole bunch of small troops and defenses like the Tesla to defend against it, so that makes it really easy to do. Anyways, just another few quick notes before video finishes. Some of the harder things that I found to counter were originally like the Expo and the Mortar, because just because it's so far back in their base and then can really wreak havoc on your side. Something I found to counter the Expo really easily is to just put the Tesla like at the very edge of the base as close as you can, and then it can lock onto that Tesla and destroy it extremely quickly, and then just use any other troops to follow up and protect it from any other troops that may be oncoming towards it. And I believe that is it. That is everything you should know. As I said before, there's going to be more replays, so if you want to watch and get some more tips on how to counter certain troops and stuff like that, I'll have that up, and you can go ahead and take a look at that. And yeah, I've got a ton more Clash Royale decks that I've been trying out. I'll see how those work, and I'll let you guys know if any of them are above average or just work extremely well for me. I have been using this one deck actually that's been working extremely well. I'll try and make a video of that as soon as I can. It's gotten me all the way up into Royal Arena, and I believe I got up to 2,200 trophies, so it's been working extremely well. I'll try and have that video up as soon as I can. And make sure you subscribe for more like this, and click the like button to show your support. It would really be appreciated and help me a ton. And share the video with all your friends or anywhere you can. It helps the channel so much. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.